You talk about the term everyday struggle being took to the next level. This is a power move right here from Revolt. Mr. Taliaferro, how's everybody doing? So this is official, and I talked about this the other day in detail. Joe Budden has agreed to a deal to join Diddy and the Revolt family. Now, the deal is not a $5 million deal, like I did say the other day when they were in talks. It is some sort of a nice offer. I think Joe's going to do a lot over there with Revolt. I don't think it's just his podcast coming, but I do believe in some sort of fashion the podcast that he does will be on Revolt. I don't think academics will be coming to Revolt. Everything I've been told is he's going to stay with Complex. Nothing's official, but that seems imminent. And Joe Budden's going to either have to create a new show or bring his podcast over. And I think Joe's going to be a part of the creative direction for Revolt going forward. Now, Revolt TV is a growing network. I've always looked at Revolt as, maybe in a couple years when my brand is obviously bigger, even though it's growing every day. I always look at Revolt as maybe a possible destination for myself. They got to show me some things, though, because I can't command the numbers that Joe's getting. But with Revolt, I thought it was interesting that they gave Nori and the Drink Champs podcast a deal over there. I like Drink Champs, but I don't love Drink Champs. If I'm watching it, I really can't stay in tune for 3 hours. Not because I don't enjoy the guests that they bring. I think they bring, maybe you could argue that Nori, he brings the best guests. Like, you get interviews with people that don't do interviews, like Wu-Tang and LL Cool J. Who pulls stuff like that off? My problem is with that is Nori sometimes talks too much, man, and I can't enjoy it. I'm an interviewer. I'm a journalist. I'm an interviewer. I like really good interviews. That's my thing. I like interviews probably more than I like music. And I get turned off from interviews when I see Nori just talking so much. Like the DJ that's on with him, he definitely never talks. And Nori most times out-talks the guest. Like, yo, he's a guest for a reason. So if I'm going to do that, I'd just rather listen to Joe Budden's podcast when they don't bring on a lot of guests, right? I like listening to their podcast. I think it's dope for the culture. I think this is a wake-up call for a lot of people. This is a power move, man. And the fact that Revolt was so willing to swipe right in and get Joe Budden as soon as it was announced that he wouldn't be returning to Complex, I think it speaks a lot about their direction. Financially, it looks like Diddy must be in a spot where either he's got some people leaving soon, or, he got some money available. I think this will immediately put that podcast as the second biggest thing on the Revolt Network under the Breakfast Club, obviously. And I think it's a good spot for them. As long as they continue to do what they do digital, this will be just something when people turn it on there, they won't change the channel. You know what I mean? If I'm watching the Drink Champ, sometimes I'll just change it. I just can't get through. It's not even really about the time. It's about let the guests talk. That's like the biggest thing. It's like my biggest pet peeve in interviews. I always want to let the guests talk. Anyways, Joe Budden is going over, I don't know the years and the exact number, but it's 6 figures at least, and he's going over to Revolt. And it looks like he's going to bring his podcast with him and maybe other shows. We will see, but it's official. This deal is done. The ink is dry. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.